Hello and welcome to the Real Travel Show, where we take you on an exciting journey of fascinating places around the world. Invite your friends. Be my guest on this weekly journey around the world. Discover the food. Oh yes, my friend. The music, arts, culture, and the magical sights and sounds. Welcome to the Real Travel Show with me, yours truly, Ras Mubarak. And you, my friend, are very welcome. This is the Real Travel Show, your global documentary that brings you everything exciting about tourism. Russia, a country so vast and diverse. And to give you an idea of how vast and diverse Russia is, imagine a road trip around Russia. It's going to take some 60,000 kilometers to do a road trip around the country. And if you were to be driving 6 to 8 hours a day, it would take you 8 to 12 months to drive around Russia. It's a very vast country, very fascinating, with a rich history and culture. It is the largest country in the world by land size, covering some 17 million square kilometers. Russia, and I didn't know this, has 11 different time zones, my friends. That is how vast, that is how diverse this intriguing yet exciting country is. So, what comes to your mind when you hear Russia? I don't know about you, but for me, it is Lenin, Vladimir Lenin, the great Russian politician who led the Bolshevik Revolution and founded the USSR. When I hear Russia, it is leaders like Lenin, Peter the Great, Ivan IV, Gorbachev, Nikita, and of course, Vladimir Putin. But that's not all there is to Russia. It's a country with a lot of natural resources. It's a leader in space exploration, in science and technology, ballet, dance, good music, good food. And we're going to be talking about food as the program progresses. It's got gold, it's got diamond, it's got coal, natural gas, etc. And we intend to visit Russia for tourism. And who better, my friends, to tell us all about Russia than His Excellency, the Ambassador of Russia to Ghana. He's a career diplomat who graduated from the Moscow State Institute for International Relations. Before his appointment to Ghana as the ambassador, he was in Vienna, and of course he was in New York at the permanent mission of the Russian Federation. He's also served at the Russian Ministry of Foreign Affairs, as at the Department of Human Resources, and I'm so excited to have him on the Real Travel Show. It's been almost 4 years since his appointment as ambassador to Ghana. His Excellency Sergei Berdnikov is my guest on the Real Travel Show. I hope I got the name right.
Yes, you got the name right. Yes. Thank you for a very nice introduction. And you, you spelled a little bit of Russia, of its some geographical facts concerning Russia. I just want to add you a couple of words that we have 11 time zones. That means when you have noon in Moscow, that means you have 9 p.m. in Vladivostok. So that shows you what about time zones. And also there is a very popular, you talked about the overall border, but we most likely would like to compare it with plane travels from Moscow to Vladivostok, or a train travels from Moscow to Vladivostok. So the the flight time is approximately 9 hours.
Wow!
You have to cover from that is direct flight from Moscow to Vladivostok. That is not the far eastern part of the Russian Federation. We have even further parts in Sakhalin, Petropavlovsk-Kamchatsky, but that is a local flight. And to cover the distance between Moscow and Vladivostok by train, that is very popular. Also among foreigners, that is Trans-Siberian train road. You need 1 week
1 week
to travel by train, yes. Well, you talked about this other means of transport.
Road transport.
No. It's a regular train. It travels. Wow. It goes once a day. It travels from Moscow to Vladivostok for 1 week. That is
how far.
That is how far. And of course, it's very interesting to travel in the European part of the Russian Federation. But when you travel further far east, that is pure nature. Because we do not have along the road, we do not have any special building or some facilities or factories and so on. They are not placed alongside the road. But nevertheless, that is the idea of how big the Russia is.
This is very fascinating, and to give Ghanaians an inkling, an idea into what His Excellency Ambassador has explained. Imagine you were in Accra. It's 10 a.m. in Accra. Say in Tamale, it will be about 3 p.m. And they've got 11 different time zones.
Yeah.
Does that make life easier or difficult?
It doesn't. Well, I don't think it's make easier or worse or whatever. It's the fact of life. So you have to live with that. You also have, for instance, time difference with New York or China, and your business work in these circumstances. And they have to get to understand that if you want to call New York, you have to wait till afternoon, because otherwise it'll be in the early morning back in New York. So this is
very interesting.
Yeah.
And it's been almost 4 years since you've been here.
Yes.
How do you find it?
Well, that is my first experience as an ambassador, as my first African experience. So on the one hand, I have nothing to compare with, because I had never traveled to Africa before. But at the same time, it's also a privilege, because Ghana, when I was told and it appeared that it was a very interesting and friendly and welcoming country. And people are welcoming, and the whole atmosphere is very good, both from the personal life and from my everyday work, my diplomatic career. Okay. So that is a very positive asset to me, and I hope that will continue. Okay. And I very appreciate the warmness and welcomeness of the Ghanaians we enjoyed here. I hope all my colleagues visiting Ghana also could share this experience. Okay. Yes.
And have you had time to try the food?
Yes, I've tried some food. Okay. That is actually my first experience in Ghanaian cuisine when now the former ambassador of Ghana to Russia, Hireba Leslie Pokuvara, she invited me for dinner in her premises here in Accra. And I tried fufu. I tried this soup,
rice?
Not jollof rice at that time. It was fufu, some prawns and some butter fufu with groundnut soup. Yes, jollof rice. Yes, I've tried it as well. I enjoyed it, but it's to Russians, it's a little bit spicy, and it also applies to some dishes here in Ghanaian cuisine, not only traditionally Ghanaians, but also you take from international cuisine. You make it a little bit spicy for us, but nevertheless, it's very tasty. It's very good, and yes. We enjoyed it.
So much,
and especially we also enjoy quite a variety of tropical fruits, because we do not have any of them in Russia. We do not have natural conditions to grow them. And here, yes, we have, even in my garden here, I have mangoes, I have papayas, I have bananas. So it's I could try it without leaving the residence.
Interesting.
Yes.
Yes. So let's switch on to Russia.
Yes.
And I'm a bit awestruck, given the fact that the country is so vast. So I don't even know where to start from. But I would ask you, what are some of the very fascinating places to see if a tourist from Accra or Benin or somewhere in Nigeria or Cape Town, South Africa, were to go to Russia for the first time?
Well, it's the first thing comes to my mind. It's quite natural to visit the capital. Moscow. That is one of the finest cities now in the world. It's developing all over the time, especially in the last 20, 25 years. It developed a lot. We have a very good transportation system. We have a very good social care system. We have medical system, everything, security as well. That is, I would say, I do not have enough data to compare, but according to some experts, it's one of the most digitalized capital in the world. Concerning the everyday life. Speaking about the heritage, about the cultural, it's also very interesting. The Red Square, the Kremlin, various museums, various theaters, natural parks. We have river cruises. We have Moscow River running across the city. So we have we now have even not man-made the ferries traveling along the river. They're without any man on the wheel, so to say. That is automatic.
Self-driving.
Self-driving or automatic. We also have this. It's also you could come across in YouTube or in TikTok or whatever. Now we have a delivery system, also small robots delivering goods on the streets. They're operated by GPS, and they're traveling all over the city. That is also fascinating. And speaking about the tradition and historical things, yes, Moscow, the first thing comes to my mind. And the second one is St. Petersburg, former Leningrad, you know. It was a capital of the Soviet Union, the Russian Empire, then the Soviet Union. For a couple of years after that, the capital was transferred to Moscow. But it still maintains the imperial, so to say, atmosphere of the city, because it was built it was built by Peter the Great. 300 years ago, and it was very planned, so to say. It was a city built from the scratch. That means it was planned. It was some architectures, some builders were invited also from the European countries, from Western Europe, to build the city. So that is a very good one. And they have not only the Hermitage, it's one of the finest museums in the Soviet Union, the Russian Federation. We have in the outskirts of the city, we have winter, so to say, or summer palaces for the Royal Empire at that time. Now the museums and places to visit. And we also enjoy those who travel to St. Petersburg in May, in the end of May, approximately this time in June. We have a very interesting natural phenomena, that is white nights. White nights, yes, white nights of St. Petersburg. That means it's close to the northern circle, and the sun never goes down. So during the night you have not the sunshine, but you do not have the dark. So when people walk all over the night, because of it's not dark at that time, at this period of the year. It's also very interesting. Speaking about more remote places, it's very popular, the Golden Ring, that is the bunch of very ancient cities northeast of Moscow. Suzdal, Yaroslavl, Vladimir, that is very popular. Then we have a very good natural resort, that is Sochi, where the Olympic Games back in 2014 took place. And it was winter games, apart from its southern resort, on the Black Sea. It also enjoyed the very huge amount of mountains and ski resorts in the vicinity of the city. And as you travel eastwards, there are also Kazan. Kazan is one of the, I would say, Muslim capitals of the Russian Federation, because it's the capital of Tatarstan, and Tatarstan is a Muslim republic of the Russian Federation. And it also, since it was built by Russian explorers back in the 300 or 400 years ago. It combines not only Muslim architecture but also traditional European architecture. It's a mixture of that. It's a very good city, and especially it also was rebuilt and renovated for the last 30, 40, 50 years. And well, you travel eastwards, you will have the very good natural landmark that is the Lake Baikal. It holds 20% of fresh water of the world. It's the deepest
of the world's freshwater.
Yes, freshwater of the world. It's the deepest lake in the world as well. It's a very big one. It's a very clean one. Sorry?
What's the name again? Lake
Baikal.
Baikal.
Baikal, the
Okay.
Lake Baikal.
Okay.
It's a very good one, and it's both popular in winter and summer. The different type of hiking on resorts or on skiing or whatever you wish. That is a very good. And back, well, in the Far West, it's, well, you have to 1 week to travel or 8 hours to fly, but it's Vladivostok. That is the east capital, so to say, of the Russian Federation, I would say. A lot of economic forums took place there because it's the closest city to China. And also that is economic relations being developed all over the area. It's also the port on the Pacific Ocean. So that is also very interesting. There are some small mountains, big mountains, and so on. And the farthest, that is Petropavlovsk-Kamchatka, that's Kamchatka. There is volcanoes, geysers, very good nature. That is the remotest place on the part of the Russian Federation. So that is the glimpse, so to say. Of course, it's for Ghanaians and for African travelers, it will be more useful, more convenient to travel in summer because the temperatures are not so extreme. But at the same time, for instance, now in Moscow we have plus 30. Yes, and now one of the conferences is taking place. I would like to ask your colleagues visiting this conference, how do they feel this 30 plus 30 in Moscow? Because it's very difficult.
I'm sure they are wearing singlets.
It's a little bit difficult because here in Ghana you have plus 30 all over the year.
Yeah.
You get used to that. In Moscow, it's not so frequent, but quite a number of days during the summertime. We have these extreme temperatures. But the difficulty, because we do not have the facilities, we do not all the buildings have climate control and so on. That is. And I would also suggest that people consider visiting Russia in wintertime. Okay. And I believe the most interesting period will be the New Year, or plus minus 1 week all over the New Year, because of the all cities, especially Moscow and St. Petersburg, any other cities, very well illuminated. The festive atmosphere, yes, fireworks, everything is supposed, like here in Christmas. Because we have our Russian Orthodox Christmas on 7th of January, and we do not, we do not celebrate the 25th of December, the Christians' Christmas. Okay. But it's the New Year. It's the best time to visit Russia in Moscow in winter. Okay.
So you have a different calendar.
Yes, we have a different. Well, we have a different calendar as concerned the church holidays.
Okay.
It's a different one.
Okay. If anyone has just joined us, we are in Russia House, the residency of the ambassador of Russia to Ghana. This is the Real Travel Show, and we're getting a glimpse, of what it would be, to be in Russia. And as you may have heard His Excellency the Ambassador say, for lovers of nature, if you're into hiking, into mountains, then certainly the south of Russia would be an ideal place to be. And if you, love museums and architects and the finer things, certainly places like Moscow would be very ideal. And your recommendation for people from Ghana would be visiting the summer? Because
it will be more convenient to my mind. Of course, the winter time is also very interesting and very fascinating. But you should try figure skating, skiing, cross-country skiing, or something like that. Because
it must be freezing.
well, we maybe come to that at a later point, that we have a number of Ghanaians, I have a number of students studying in Russia, living in Russia, so they spend the whole year in Russia. So they also have, I haven't heard anything that they're complaining that it's too difficult to survive. And Ghanaians also travel to United States, to Canada, to United Kingdom. They also have some snowing, extreme temperatures, winter. Yes. And northern part of Europe as well. It's not only very peculiar. Of course, we have some extreme places where the temperature goes below minus 50.
Minus 50?
Yes, we have minus 50. That is called the pole of cold in the world. That is in Yakutia.
Yakutia?
Yes, and it is minus 50 is regular winter temperatures. I do not remember extremes, maybe 75 or something for a very short period of time, but minus 50 is more or less regular in winter months, once or something. Okay?
That's very interesting. And is it open for tourism?
Yes.
Is Russia open for tourism?
Yes, sure. We are open for tourism, and we have quite a number of international forums. For instance, just recently we invited also Ghanaian partners to our annual conference, international conference, Let's Travel. Let's Travel everywhere. So it will be held in June this year. We also have the online information, online media, that is the Road to Russia or Gateway to Russia, something like that. You could check it on the website, on the internet. And we also try to facilitate our guests. We introduced some time ago, electronic visas. For travelers, they could apply electronically by online, get visas and travel to Russia. As of now, it is limited by 16 days, but we are working to extend it to 35 days. And some people from Africa already enjoyed it. Now, we also have bilateral agreements to facilitate visa formalities. And we have visa-free exchange with, I believe, Mauritius, Seychelles, some other countries on bilateral basis. So people from Russia who wish to travel to those countries also enjoy the backward tourism from those countries to Russia as well. And we are speaking about Ghana. We are working on visa-free agreement on, first of all, for diplomatic and service passports, and in the future, who knows, maybe we'll come to the visa-free agreement with Ghana as well. Okay. But so this agreement is under preparation. It's not haven't entered into force yet, but we are working, and we are working with Ghanaian partners on that.
And for a country that is so vast and diverse, certainly 16 days holiday visas.
But you normally spend a week, maximum 2 weeks, because you do not have enough vacation. First of all, to leave the work, to go and travel, unless you are on a pension or retirement, and you have time to travel.
But is it expensive
to
visit Russia on tourism?
Hello and welcome to the Real Travel Show, where we take you on an exciting journey of fascinating places around the world. Invite your friends. Be my guest on this weekly journey around the world. Discover the food. Oh yes, my friend. The music, arts, culture, and the magical sights and sounds.
Welcome to the Real Travel Show with me, yours truly, Ras Mubarak. And you, my friend, are very welcome.